away from your birthday as well. What are the emotions like for you right now?
It's pretty crazy. I mean, just this whole process has been crazy. So for it to finally come down to the wire, it's kind of surreal that it's actually finally here. You know, I've been training since, after our bowl game. Been out in Arizona, been to the Senior Bowl, been to the Combine. Just met a lot of people throughout this process, and for it to finally come down to the wire, it's finally here. So I'm anxious, I'm excited, and I'm ready to see what happens.
What's the sense, the feedback that you've been getting here as the final hour approaches from teams?
It's hard to tell. Teams have called me. I haven't had any visits or hadn't had any private workouts or anything. But teams have called me, scouts have called me. All saying they're interested, and so. But at the end of the day, you never know really what's going to happen on draft day. It's a big chess match. This whole process with teams, trying to figure out, who's interested in you, who's not interested in you, just so they get the right pick. And so, like I said, you just can't really tell, what's going to happen. For me right now, I'm just expecting the worst and hoping for the best. I know if I get the call, I'm gonna make a team happy.
I asked Wheat this the other day. I'll ask you the same question. Final sales pitch on Jordan Poyer. Team takes you, whatever round. What are they getting?
A competitor, one that just hates to lose, and I always play with a chip on my shoulder. I've been doubted my whole life, and even doubted going into this draft, and so that's something that I'll carry with me for a long time, and just play for my family and play because I love the game. I love the game of football. It's something that I think that I'm still learning, but I think throughout college having Coach Hayward come in and teach me the corner position, and then Coach Perry come in, I've kind of got a real strong grasp of the game, and I understand it. And so they're going to need a smart competitor, a good football player.
You mentioned Coach Perry. He obviously has a ton of experience in the NFL. Have you picked his brain at all?
Oh, all the time. Every chance I get, I try to go in there and watch film with him, just because, he's been in the league, he's coached in the league, and I come out here and watch practice, and I go to their meetings sometimes, when they have their defensive back meetings at 6, and I just sit in and listen. I try to just keep my mental part of the game strong, just to be able to understand coverages, understand schemes, and I go in there and just have conversations with him and just talk to him. He's a good person, and he's helped me get to where I'm at right now.
Is there a lesson or something he's told you that's really stuck with you as you have gone through this process?
I would say just, being able to understand what you're doing out there on the football field. Guys come in and think athletic ability is all they need to go out there and to cover somebody. But, to be able to understand, be able to watch film and break it down and understand, what the offense is trying to do in certain situations. I think that's something that, when he came in, he kind of helped me understand that a whole lot more, just being able to understand how to watch film and understand, what you're watching for, tendencies. And that's something that I think I grew up a lot my senior years, just understanding the game of football, and through him, because, he's a good teacher plus a good coach. And so that's something that I'll take away from him. Just learning how to watch film.
Another part of this process that we've talked about a little bit, aside from getting the football ready and working out, is the business side of the NFL. You don't really know it until you're kind of in the middle of it. What have you learned, and what has surprised you about the business side?
That it is a business. You could be real. You come into a team and be real cool with that person, or meet somebody and be real cool with them, and the next day he could be gone. That's just the business side of it. Out here in college, you got your boys. You're out here with your boys. Going training through the summer. You're broke with your boys, and so it's kind of like you build that relationship with them. And that's something that you're probably not going to have when you get to the next level, because it's strictly a business. And so, it's a business, and you got to treat it like a business, and it's your job. It's a job. So you're coming to work.
Lastly, you mentioned your boys, and you've been going through this preparation with them. As you look back and reflect on your 4 years, starting as someone who was supposed to gray shirt, not play their first year, to being a 4-year starter, you missed two games maybe in your entire football career, and now you're trying to get to that next level, accomplish this dream, and you have those guys alongside with you. What's that been like?
You mean the guys that I'm training with right now? It's been, I mean, just being able to go through the whole process with them, and because they're the only ones that really understand what we're going through. Obviously the guys that are still out here on the football field, practicing spring ball right now, they have their say in what they think and whatnot, of how it's going to them, But at the end of the day, those guys that I'm in there training with, they went to go train. They went somewhere else where they're not adapted to go, train with somebody who they don't know, to live with somebody who they don't know, and to with Wheat, going to the Senior Bowl, you don't know a single person there, other than the teammate that went with you, and then going to the combine, and that, even got the combine, like Wheat went to the combine, but I saw him one time out there because, they have the receivers groups, they have the DB groups, and so no one really understands, this whole process until you really go through it. And so, to be able to work out with those guys, these last few weeks, it's kind of, they understand what it's like. They understand the whole situation of, the grind and the business that it really is.
And with Wheat, it was joked about in your last season, you guys going up against one another all this time. What have the jokes been like between you guys as potentially doing it at the next level?
We always just joke, hey, bro, if I see you line up across from me, you better be ready, bro. It's, you trying to take my money, that's what it is. And so, it's crazy, like I said, we came in together, we both in the red shirt, we had a good season our last senior year, both went to the combine, went to the Senior Bowl. And now to think that, we could be seeing each other across from each other, next season is kind of crazy. So yeah, we be talking mess, but it's all fun and games right now. But really, when we see each other across from each other, it's war. That's really what it is.